What's up, everyone? We are back today, and we are looking at something that solves one of the biggest headaches for long vehicles and trailer owners. If you have been following our channel, you know we test a massive amount of dash cams and backup cameras. One of the most common complaints we hear is the absolute nightmare of installing a rear camera. Routing a thick video cable from the windshield, tearing down headliners, pulling up weather stripping, and trying to snake wires through a rubber grommet into the trunk is a frustrating process that turns a lot of people off from upgrading their vehicle's safety. That is exactly why wireless solutions are getting so popular. So, today, we have the Seventour SC-1 wireless solar backup camera. This isn't a primary dash cam replacement. This is a heavy-duty, high-performance backup camera system that just happens to have a bit of dash cam DNA built in for extra security. Let's see if this thing can actually replace a hardwired setup. The core appeal of the SC-1 is the sheer simplicity of getting it up and running. If you've been avoiding a rear camera because you don't want to perform surgery on your car's interior, this is the solution you've been looking for. We found the installation process to be incredibly fast, easily a one-person job that takes about 60 seconds. In the box, you get the 7-inch display, the camera unit with its integrated solar panel, and all the antennas you need. You simply screw the Bluetooth antenna onto the screen, mount the dash bracket, and find a suitable spot on your dashboard or windshield. Out back, you attach the transmission antenna to the camera housing, set your tilt, and the hardware side is done. The monitor draws power from your standard cigarette lighter port, and we have to give credit to Seventour for the power cord design. It features a physical, lit toggle switch right on the 12-volt plug. When that red light is on, you know you have power. It completely removes the need to constantly plug and unplug the adapter every time you park. You just hit the switch and walk away. It's a thoughtful, practical touch that makes the daily experience much smoother. What sets the SC-1 apart from the flimsy plastic cameras we usually see is the physical mounting system. Seventour built this with 6 high magnetic round magnets integrated into the base, providing a holding force of up to 15 kilograms, or roughly 33 pounds. If you're driving a steel-bodied truck or a van, you can literally just snap this camera onto any flat metal surface on the rear, and it is not going anywhere. It requires a serious, deliberate tug to get it to release. Now, we know many of you are driving modern cars with aluminum hatches or composite bumpers where a magnet won't stick. Seventour included an iron plate bracket in the kit for exactly this reason. You can adhere the plate to your non-metallic surface and then magnetically snap the camera onto it. This also makes the system incredibly portable. If you have multiple vehicles or you're renting a trailer for the weekend, you can move the camera between them in seconds. The enclosure itself carries an IP69 waterproof rating, which is the gold standard for automotive electronics. It can handle torrential rain, high-pressure car washes, and the fine dust we constantly encounter on the road without breaking a sweat. One of the biggest hurdles for any wireless camera is keeping it powered without running a wire. The SC-1 tackles this with a massive 15,000 mAh internal battery. To put that in perspective, that is a significantly higher capacity than most of the portable backup cameras we've seen. This battery is supported by a 6-watt high-power solar charging panel on top of the housing. Seventour claims that a full charge can provide up to 35 hours of continuous use. For a standard daily driver, the solar trickle charging means you could go months without ever needing to manually charge the unit. However, we always look for redundancies. If you're dealing with a week of heavy overcast skies or you're parked in a garage, the system features a built-in intelligent low battery alert that pops up on the monitor. When that happens, you can just pull the camera off its magnetic mount and use the USB port for a quick emergency charge. It's a reliable power loop that ensures your rear visibility doesn't just disappear when the sun goes down. The display unit is a crisp 7-inch touchscreen that delivers a clean 1080p Full HD resolution. The image quality is sharp enough to pick out fine details, and the night vision kicks in seamlessly the moment the ambient light drops. Now, while we are framing this as a backup camera, it does have a recording function built in. Seventour even includes a 32GB SD card already installed, which is a nice extra you don't usually see. It supports loop recording, meaning it can capture the road behind you and overwrite old files as the card fills up. We wouldn't rely on this as our only source of evidence. The interface is still very much focused on being a parking aid, but having that recording capability is a fantastic safety net for rear-end incidents or parking lot disputes. Within the software, you can flip or mirror the image to suit your mounting position and adjust the reverse guidelines to perfectly match the width of your vehicle. Navigating the menus requires using the physical buttons on top of the monitor, which takes a minute to get used to, but it's far more responsive than many of the budget touchscreen units we've tested. The make or break for any wireless camera is the signal stability. There is nothing worse than a backup camera that stutters or cuts out just as you're inching toward a wall. The SC-1 uses a stable 2.4 GHz wireless frequency and claims a range of up to 100 feet. In our testing, the signal remained remarkably stable with 0 drops. There is a tiny bit of latency, a few milliseconds of delay, which is simply a characteristic of wireless video transmission, but it's completely manageable for parking and low-speed maneuvering. Whether you're trying to back a sedan into a tight city spot or you're guiding a massive caravan into a campsite, the signal holds up under pressure. We think the Seventour SC-1 is a highly impressive solution for anyone who needs reliable rear visibility without the installation headache of a traditional hardwired system. It isn't trying to replace your primary front dash cam, but it adds a massive amount of safety to your vehicle with a 1080p live feed and a secondary recording option for peace of mind. The magnetic mounting is rock solid, the solar power system is genuinely practical for daily use, and the display quality is some of the best we've seen in this category. If you've been putting off a rear camera because you didn't want to deal with the wiring, this is the upgrade that finally makes it easy. Anyway, that is our look at the Seventour SC-1 backup camera. We're curious to hear from you. Have you ever tried to install a hardwired rear camera yourself? Or did you give up halfway through like most of us? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more automotive tech deep dives, and we'll catch you in the next one.